What is going on, guys? We are back with another episode in our Nighthawks Relocation Fantasy Draft franchise. It's about to be week 4, going up against the Cardinals in yet another primetime game. Of course, we had ourselves a very interesting one last week where we seemed like we could do no wrong, had one mistake, and then it kind of just started to fall apart a little bit, and somehow the Vikings, down by so much at halftime, were able to put it within 5 and one onside kick away from giving up or making one of the craziest regular season comebacks ever. That would have been very embarrassing, but it doesn't matter because it didn't happen, and obviously, what ifs mean nothing. They're 1-2 regardless. And speaking of records, undefeated both teams, going up against Debo, who is pretty much averaging 100 yards a game and 1 and like a third touchdown a game, or 1.25 per game, which is pretty impressive, of course. Tutu Atwell, hopefully back for this game, as obviously he's back for injury or from injury, but we still have to practice yet, which is where he got hurt last time. Giving up no players of the week, which is great, but still not perfect, as we would love to be on the list for players of the week ourselves. Of course, probably some, potential upgrades based on practice and all that, but for right now, this is what the squad looks like. Gamble getting up there with an 81 overall. We have Woodley at a 81 as well. Of course, Hawkins 1 overall away from being able to get to 85, which would give him jukebox. Of course, right now he has spin cycle, but he's a better juke move guy. So once we get that, upgrade, maybe he'll get it naturally, but we're pretty much going to force jukebox. Maybe change spin cycle to something else like recuperation or something different. But of course, looking at the other players, I mean, it's an okay team, but the offensive line has still been kind of selling a little bit. Gamble definitely had a way better game last week than he did the first 2 games. And then defensively, I mean, we blew it in the second half, but before then, we were locking them down pretty well. I mean, Russell Wilson just seems to give us trouble, so maybe that's just the case. But yeah, going up against the Cardinals, got to look at their roster because I honestly don't know a thing about them other than Debo. And hopefully continue the win streak. We did see, of course, they are 3-0, but they are a lower overall team. Trey Lance, 85 overall, of course, very solid. Deep accuracy sucks, but you don't really have to throw it deep against us to beat us. It's actually probably where you don't want to go because we have the speed to catch up with anyone pretty much. Austin Ekeler is a damn good running back. Can catch the ball, can run the ball. 2 Samuels, Debo and Curtis, both literally the same size pretty much. A little bit bulkier, Debo is, but both fast. Obviously, Curtis is lacking a little bit more in the route running and catching department, but he's still decent. Chenault, also kind of like a bulldozer, if you will. Christian Watson probably should be a guy they use more because he's the different style guy. He's a bigger guy that can maybe go up there and get a jump ball. Tight end Tyler Higbee, good catching, but it's not the fastest guy in the world. Left tackle, solid. Left guard's rough. Center's rough. Right guard's decent. Right tackle's awful. Left end's awful. Right end's okay. DT's, once again, Sammy Ryans is decent, and Fletcher Cox is potentially going to retire for them. Left out, terrible. Middle linebackers, they got to do something about. NOA at the right outside linebacker spot's not bad. Corners, good coverage, guys, but not the fastest. Might be able to beat him downfield. Simmons, very good, but also not the fastest. And then Whitting, bad zone coverage, but a decently athletic guy. I mean, you could definitely see the team's not really that great, but also they are still undefeated, so you got to still respect them a little bit, but I also do wonder how they got to this record they just don't look like that good of a team. But of course, looking at their numbers, they're actually a better run team than they are a passing team. I'm thinking deep pass is not what you want to go for because, of course, Trey Lance's accuracy isn't great deep. They're like middle of the pack for deep accuracy. Their completion percentage up there, but you can see all the deep stuff isn't great. But the short pass stuff, that is where they're locking it up. 4th in the league for passer rating. Short pass is what we're going to be going against for defense. And then their defense is really good. Medium seems to be a little iffy, though. So I think we're probably going to try, like last week, doing medium. You can see their defense not looking super great. So, medium attack, short, defense, and hopefully come out with a victory, 4-0. I will say the worry I have, though, is that whenever we play these teams that we are pretty much guaranteed or should be guaranteed to win, this is the game that we just have an absolutely disastrous game. Of course, Franklin with a really nice upgrade, actually. Nwangwu still trying to get his elusiveness and all that up because he's still a threat as a running back, and of course he is a return man for us still. And then looking at everything else, besides Tutu, it's all kind of, backups, if you will. So Tutu Atwell, short route. I mean, I guess slot, because that's what we need, We need him as the short route guy, and that's what he's the weakest at. And, I mean, we need release in general, but short route +2. When can we ever get his release up? Like, he just doesn't go up in release. And Gaffney goes up in throw power, which puts him, I believe, at 96. I was about to say 95. My man's is strong. Prime time, even though we're in a dome, I mean, it's open, so I suppose if, the bats decide to start flying in, I'm not really sure what else that really matters, though. It's still a cooler atmosphere as it's nighttime in general. You're like, oh, I'm staying up past my bedtime, which is 7:30, of course, p.m. every day, obviously. But looking at Trey Lance's numbers, I mean, it didn't seem like they were great, but they also didn't seem like they were terrible, so we'll see exactly what he's like when he gets out there on the field, but as of my expectations, I would expect, like, once again, middle-of-the-pack type of talent, whereas Gamble is like boom or bust. The man will just go off, or he'll throw a couple of pick sixes, simply put. There's no real consistency there, but that's what we're trying to improve on, even though it's gone pretty poorly so far early on. Obviously, he had that game last week, which was amazing, but he had that touch pass that was just awful, and ended up becoming a pick instead of what could have been another scoring drive, and those are the types of things that lose you games. I mean, think if they got that onside kick and they would have won, it would have not ever even been close. Maybe not even an onside kick attempt if you would have just hit the throw. Of course, trying to hype up some of our good defenders. Gamble is there, but doesn't really need to. He needs to hype himself up because he, once again, is the engine to this car. I almost said to this motor, which, playing reverse psychology on them. We were like, we want to receive first, and they're like, oh, nah, that's not happening. It's like, psych, we actually don't want to receive first. We were just tricking you. Now what? Now you receive first. We get the wind we want, probably, and now everything's great. Of course, not even middle of the pack. Kind of worse than middle of the pack. Low touchdowns, decently high picks when you consider the touchdowns. Yards aren't great. I mean, it's not a great performance so far for Trey Lance as a starter this season for them. Of course, 1st and 10. Got Ekeler in the backfield, who's still star development trait. Gonna go with a screen pass early on, and we're kind of all over this. And he just throws it to the dirt. Smart as he saw us come out there, so good vision by him. But even better defensive recognition to get out there and just pretty much force the ball into the ground. As Ekeler, once again, going out for a pass, and huge hit by Stearns, which will leave them short, but not by a whole lot. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be wanting to give up a chance for a touchdown, but at the same time, I don't want to just let them walk in, so screw it. 4 wide receivers, we're just hoping. I mean, Porter's got some speed. This is a tough one, but we're trying to get in there. And all things considered, not the worst case. Really needed someone to get in there a little bit sooner, but of course, Booker, another tough task this week. Really wasn't up to it last week at all. Got absolutely smoked all game long, and so far, wouldn't call it smoked. It's 1-1 across the board. Slants, that's going to be the number 1 guy because he's their best route runner. Oh, huge run, nice hit, but gains about 9, maybe 10. Really bad last week. 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. And it wasn't just simply getting beat. He was getting mossed. It was really not a performance you would like to remember if you're him. Hopefully he forgets about it, as he's still a really good player. And oh, there is nobody on him. Thankfully missed the block as Woolen gets blocked there. Trey Lance could maybe bust it outside for the whole score. A little bit of a slow start for them on the drive, and now they've really picked it up and are looking really good all the way down to the 30 already. Sitting in the hook, the double slant. We just bumped our own guy, and Woolen gets torched. Curtis Samuel will score. Debo standing on the benches kind of quickly to get off the field there already. He's looking to sit down, as we knew that was going to happen too. The hook safety, we bumped into Woolen, and he immediately noticed that and just threw it for a touchdown. Even though they're 3-0, maybe they're just an underdog roster, just showing everyone up. I don't know what else to tell you, because I just don't know how they're doing it. They're way better than they probably should be. Of course, Freeman returning that, probably ill-advised, but still gets to the 19, no fumbles. It's really all you can ask for is no turnovers. Get it at least to the 15, right? Of course, a couple more picks than we like, but Gamble's still having a pretty good year. Gunslinging away. The crazy part is it felt like a quick drive but it also felt like a slow drive. I don't know. It was a weird drive. It definitely was a lot quicker than it was slower, as we have a wide-open Ferguson going to get a lot of yards there. Sadly, Sky Moore kind of misses the block, but we still get a ton of yards in the first play. 26 on the play action. Of course, you know, we've been trying to run the ball a little bit more each week, and I think they're keying in on that a little bit and kind of got caught off guard as the fullback. I'd love to see a little bit better blocking from Woodley, but still good enough to gain a few, and Away is injured. He's going to be going away from the field. It's like, I'm going to be going away from your channel. See you later. Ferguson? Uh-oh. Ferg, save it. Of course, it's intercepted. Maybe threw it a little too late. Anyone want to bring him down? Thank you, Sky Moore. Maybe threw it a little too late. That was a touchdown. I don't know what was with the wind-up from Gamble. That has kind of been his kryptonite over the last season and now a quarter. Too much windage, and of course, that's a wounded duck for anyone to pick off, and of course, they did it. I think the worst part is it wasn't like a blitz that got to us. It was just a four-man rush, and it was broken coverage. So our offensive line should have absolutely done better there. Jordan Davis trying to show an offensive line how not to block, I suppose. Loss of 2 for Ekeler. Another interception that is just like, you don't want it. It shouldn't exist, and yet it did. Just like my accident of a child. I mean, what? Burns making a good play. Spin move. Please, someone contain the edge. And Trey maybe looking down the field too much. You know, they always talk about, oh, he's got his eyes down the field while he's rolling out. A smart play, but I think in that time he should have lowered the shoulder and just ducked the head and go for it. Instead, it's a 3rd and 12. Almost a sack, but not quite. And we're kind of going a little bit shallow. They're going to just dump it on Booker. And there you go, Booker, learning from last week. Debo is a really good receiver. Maybe not as good of a jump ball guy as Jefferson, but thankfully, finally, not a jump ball. Of course, it's going to be a punt, so the interception really sucks. We should have let this bounce. And maybe not. Wangwu, maybe not. Really just the punter to beat, and we get to the 26. Not a bad play. A lot of running, but of course, it works out. You know, he's okay with it. Diami on the wing here. Called it the wing. Wrong sport, buddy. And there goes 2-2. Thank God. I mean, I tried to touch pass it, but apparently that was a lot. Man, I am just worried about the way we're playing right now. This is not good. They're bringing some players up, but I still believe in our blocks. And maybe not because they had a free rusher with Flowers, but man, he's so slow. Still gets there, though. The 2 drags kind of getting those players out there. Could be looking to the running back. And that's Woodley. That's going to be another interception. I am sick. I'm sick, dude. Good job by Jackson to get out there. I'm sick to my stomach. Just didn't see Woodley at all. He was my literal last read, and he was the most open out the gate. 2 interceptions now because we just don't see the read early enough. But the problem is we still see the read, and we still take the read, and we're not going to get out there. That's a really good block, and Trey Lance is going to walk in. Oh, my, dude. 2 passes while we're, getting hit while we're throwing. 2 interceptions. Love it. And we'll kneel because it's stupid to return there, but, offense isn't doing much better. So, of course, the crowd is getting a little insane, but that's okay. It's okay. We're just going to run the ball a little bit more because we really can't be trusted with throwing. Hawkins is going to get about 12. Let's hurry up to the line, see what we can see. Bringing a safety up, and I don't really care, to be honest. I really don't care, to be honest. Oh, what a spin by Hawkins to get another 5. I was trying to look for that left side. Didn't really see it too much. Kind of deked him out a little bit. I don't know if anyone even says that anymore, but you young kids probably think I just said a racism. He said deke? Is he serious? Trying to get canceled? It's not what you think it means. Ferguson gaining a lot of yards on that play again. Play action's deadly, and especially when you actually run the ball a couple of times successfully. This one, we're kind of looking at the pre-snap that this is obviously a blitz. Ooh, I didn't see that guy kind of peel off, but of course it didn't matter. Hawkins fighting for about 10. First down at the 2. 2 interceptions. Hurts my feelings. Absolutely hurts my feelings. It makes me legitimately sad. See if we can get Woodley the redemption ball. And we're going to go underneath. I maybe had Ferg there, but I just didn't trust the guy underneath there, and I thought maybe we were going to run out of time, and I don't know. Honestly, just thinking about the interceptions too much. Got to just forget about them. Forget about the interceptions and go out there like nothing's happened. And there's nobody on Woodley, but he gets bumped by his own guy. Doesn't matter because he's so open. Hurdles a defender, not that he needed to. And we get on the board. Look at that, man. Backflip and all at that size. Sheesh. What an athletic freak. Getting back on that touchdown to pick ratio with a touchdown. What a nice little hurdle. That's kind of cute. We just got to play our game, find what's there, and, you know, get to our reads a little faster. And Brian Burns wasn't waiting for anyone. Don't wait for anybody. A slight hesitation, but still kind of went all in and, you know, worked out, obviously. Oh, nice spin. Good D, and that's a little too far out. Booker doing a pretty good job on Debo so far. 3rd and 14, running the man blitz. It kind of looked like it could just be a straight-up screen pass or maybe a run. It's not going to be. We're going to try to help here. Please, Burns, no. And he Burns. Oh, my God, dude. You're such a good player, but you made the most bonehead play ever. Oh, man, that's a huge L. Not only is it a first down on 3rd and 14, but it also is a huge gain in general. Drake Jackson on the other side, limiting him to pretty much nothing so far. Looking decent on the ground. I mean, you got to add in the read option outside of that huge play they had on it for the touchdown, but, you know, limiting them pretty hard here on some losses. And Henry, please, Stokes. Ooh, little contact to the helmet. You know, just relax. 3rd and 6 now. I think we got to come with the press. Press, Jordan Davis. Damn, getting locked up. Come on. Hit him. No, Stokes. One-on-one. I know Ekeler's good, but Stokes had a chance there to force a field goal. Instead, it's going to be a start of the second quarter, a fresh set of downs at the 31-yard line. I get it, defense, right? You're looking at your offense, just absolutely sell, but you're also selling now, so relax. And look at Henry, does a great job, and then Wade one-on-one. Nowhere to go there. 7 for 54 Trey Lance is already, and that was only 1 quarter. Guys kind of going ham. Maybe worry about the QB scrambles next. I really don't want to commit. You know, we already kind of struggled to get to the quarterback at times. Porter backed off, and we missed him by an inch. Missed it by an inch. We were going to go full blitz mode, and we realized we were going to leave the running back wide open. Didn't matter anyways because they still got it in behind us. It's brutal. Sharp playing the deep blue, but creeping around the line of scrimmage in case it's a run. And another quick shot to the sideline. Huge hit by Tyndall, though, only allowing 3. I will say, for how far off we were there, I mean, that's pretty good fielding. Of course, we're actually going to contain here because got that 5 wide. I mean, it's going to be a breakdown somewhere. Oh, it's going to be a straight-up draw play, which is a little debatable. 3 yards gained. I don't know if I really believe in that, but they must have seen something we didn't. And they did it to us earlier. Kind of worked out on the ground. We're coming with the freaking 6-man blitz. Maybe 7, depending. And that is great coverage by no one. Stearns gets destroyed by Debo. And we have now given up a 3rd touchdown today. Ekeler with the literal perfect, and I mean perfect, pickup on that blitz. I mean, he just handled it like a straight-up pro. And Gamble showing off. He ain't no chump either when it comes to running, so he's going to gain about almost 20. So one thing about Gamble, he'll throw a couple of picks, but he is not done by any means, ever. More on that left side. And no way, dude. No way. It's a tight end going against a freaking white DB, I think it was. We got to body him up. I know it's a little bit of a late read. Once again, it's kind of what's got us in trouble all day so far, but come on. And we're in some trouble instantly. Wanted to roll out because we had 3 receivers on that right side, but we got instantly crushed on that outside block. It's a tough one. We got the double ins. I'm going to take it. And I get it was pressure, but it was there. We actually seen the read for once. I can't believe how bad our offensive line is playing, though. This is absurd, dude. Double team. I don't even know who this is. Is that Fletcher? It is Fletcher, and I get it. Like, he is still okay. I mean, that's probably a touchdown, though. They've been a little susceptible to the streak down the field. This punt is going to be nearly perfect, but not. Oh, please win. Just pick up a little bit. Got a little bit of that. Those bats coming in, maybe hit the ball. What actually would happen? Did they call that interference? Like, when's if a bat just came in and, like, hit the ball back before it went, you know? Oh, my. Oh, my! And there goes Woolen! Touchdown! That's what we needed. Jordan MFN Davis. That was a beautiful play. Bull rushed the guard. The running back actually had bigger eyes than a cartoon character. And Trey Lance was not messing around. He tried to get that out, and it was a bad decision, as that is going to be a pick by Woolen. Sometimes he makes a good play in the curl, and a lot of the other times he does not. And that is all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. 21-14, ball at half for us, so we limit them here. We're back at square one despite the awful start we've had. And there goes Jordan Davis starting to heat up. The momentum is at neutral. Damn it, we're stuck on Jordan, who is going to get the double team look. And Stokes makes a good tackle. Gain of 9, so 3rd and 6 now. Going to be coming with the man blitz. Got the safety coming up, who is... he's decently athletic. Maybe not the best pure blitzer. Oh, we just got locked up by our own guy. And that is a good attempt by Trey Lance. Maybe got a little ahead of himself. As, I mean, to be honest, we didn't really look like we were breaking free. Obviously, the blitz got him flustered to roll out, but... he had time, maybe even had a chance to run perhaps, but we'll obviously take whatever we can get. And Nwangwu, oh, maybe not the best decision, try to turn it back, but got to admit, with the speed he has, if he gets that back to the right side, I'm just going to be honest, he may be scoring. He very well could be. But regardless, could even tie the game up. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Good try by Hawkins, but that's going to be a massive loss of 5. Ferguson, that's a tough route to win. Get a block from Hawkins, who's obviously not very good at it anyways. And that is wide open. That is a dot. It's a wide open play. Great route run from Ferg. He's had himself a nice couple of catches today. He's been very consistent. Maybe even had himself a long scoring touchdown, which, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant to say long scoring, but sure. Face mask potentially, no. 4-yard gain. Not a bad little play there, but yeah, Ferguson pretty good today, thankfully. We've needed him. Play action after a pretty successful run. And we have a couple of guys open. You know what? I don't trust it. Gamble's just going to outrun everybody, gain about 11. Play was kind of taking a little while to develop, and I just didn't want to cost anything by throwing to someone that's not ready for the ball. Maybe had a couple of guys open here. Throw that away. Thankfully not a grounding. Sometimes maybe we feel that play is never over too much. Sometimes maybe you just got to get rid of it. And that is a wide overthrow by Mr. Gamble yet again. Oh my God, dude. I don't understand. There was no pressure. Was it not a perfectly picked up blocking scheme? I mean, and there's a guy in his face, but like, Sky Moore's open. The safety's even backing up. And he just overthrows him. The first two, I won't blame him. That one absolutely will. That is all him. That is just so bad, dude. 3 interceptions on the game. I'm sick. And Stokes never looks. Huge completion for the Cardinals down to the 42-yard line. Stokes has him. Don't know why he's not picking it off. Porter, we pull off our coverage, and we get right in his face. Causes the throw to be a little iffy. Enough to, potentially intercept it. And on the run, was that dropped by Woolen? You're too big to drop that. Oh, my. 2nd and 10, whatever, from the 42. Defense got to try to save the day, and Drake Jackson. Beautiful play, working against, I don't even know how many players. Catches him right at the drop back. That is beautiful. Can the defense save it again? Could be a screen. 3rd and 20 is kind of like a give-up play. They're obviously going to try to get closer for the field goal. On the run. Of course. Of course it's a completion. Tell me it's a yard short. Nope, it's a first down. Nice. Woolen in perfect coverage again. Could have had a pick again. Misses it again. That's a good try by Stearns, but can't make the tackle. Vicious stiff arm by Stokes. Tyndall's injured. 2-minute warning. Oh, I was going to get a drink of water, as so does the rest of the team need it. But, yeah, I forgot it was an injury, and that is a walk-in, as Woolen is just lost. Tyndall, the way he's playing today, honestly, this might be a fake injury. Like we said with Gamble, the man will not give up. He does not care how many picks he throws. He will play it as if nothing has happened. Great job by the fullback. The way he was blocking, it was like nothing happened. Interceptions, I think we're one away from tying the total on the season. Of course, they're looking for that out. This guy more on the deep. Gamble going to try to roll out. Should get that edge. Oh, away is back. Surprised, though, we were actually able to get out there for a 2-yard gain on him. I mean, we've seen recently enough, actually, you know, slower players catching up to him were away there. Didn't. You know, that's pretty impressive. And there goes Sky Moore. Once again, a little bit of an iffy throw, though. I mean, it's... I get it. The interceptions, it sucks, man. You're throwing picks, and, you know, you don't want to be. But, like, got to be more, you know... You got to believe in yourself. And there is no... I mean, we are rolling out, I will say. We're not giving any help for the offensive lineman. But I just don't feel comfortable under the inside the pocket. We've given up so many wide open lanes, and I just don't see it coming because I believe that we're going to pick it up, and we just never do. And that's a good touch pass. That's what we were looking for earlier. Of course, pretty dumb to not get out of bounds there. Thought maybe we could skim the line a little bit closer, but Tutu doesn't get the ball out there. I mean, he should easily be able to get that ball out of bounds, but he just stays in and keeps it in, and bad things happen. Of course, this route has been kind of Tutu's specialty all season long. And there he goes! Dot! Touchdown! Thank you. Finally. Of course, a guy right in our face again. And I thought for a second he was going to miss it, but we hit it. Touchdown. Like we said, that like deep deep crosser kind of play. It's been beautiful for us. Almost tipped the line. I would have been so mad. Once again, this Cardinals team is not the fastest. T.J. Atwell, he's really tiny compared to Simmons. Not an easy guy for him to cover. Extremely high-scoring game so far. Of course, a lot of defensive plays, setting up short fields or actual scores, which plays a huge fart. Yep, plays a huge fart. Of course, only going to gain 4 there to the tight end. Momentum's kind of back at neutral, which I'm not really saying I believe, because they played really well on offense. Once again, they have the ball with a lead. Oh, we kind of mauled that guy. They're calling a timeout. I was about to say, I'm debating if I want to call a timeout. If they didn't call a timeout there, I'm going to be honest with you, I probably don't. And instead, it's a 3rd and 5 situation, 5 wide, but I'm still bringing the blitz anyways. 3rd and 5 situation where I don't know if I believe that was a good call. And there is no one on him, but on the run, he can't hit the throw. Maybe should have just completely scrambled, and instead gonna give us a chance with 2 timeouts and about 50 seconds to play to put up 1 more score to tie up the game, and nobody's in a block. Good job, guys. We have bodies in front, and we don't block them. Not sure what we're looking at here. This seems kind of weird. Maybe he had Ferguson, but Gamble's got some speed. Gets away from Owe. Utilizing it to the 43. Fletcher Cox is injured. Fletcher Cox, of course, a guy that did cause us to throw a pick. Could be big if he's out for a long time or, you know, potentially out for the game, whatever it may be. Got to keep our eye on that. Maybe had Ferg. What a throw right on the money. Ferg down to the 17. Great blocking. Allowing us to get out there, throw that ball on the money. And here we are with a chance to tie it up right in time for halftime with ball. And there's Ferg again. That's a big body, and he drops it. I'm willing to take that shot. Just knowing Ferguson is, you know, he's a big guy. Why not? I'd be looking for Woodley right down the middle. Ferg burned him on this route last quarter, and there it is. Another one. Ferguson, touchdown. Of course, with the way they kind of ended that half, you'd imagine they're just going to sit this one out and be happy that it's not worse with their choke a little bit here. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Momentum in our favor, of course. Usually it's us blowing leads. This time it's the opponent. 14-0. Looking really bad with some interceptions, and instead, Gunslinger Gamble coming out, as you can see. All the pass plays, 25 of them compared to the 6 on the ground to put us right back in it. Looking at some of the scores around the league. Philly, 40-0. Looking at some of the other scores. Seattle losing to the Patriots. Kind of paying attention to that matchup. One of the classics. Looking at Washington losing to Dallas by 8. It's always a win when you got those two playing against each other. Any team playing against the Cowboys in the division is great. But looking at what we need to do, I think throwing a medium has absolutely worked. And I think containing the scramble is very, very important now. I mean, you got to assume on the other end that's what they're looking to do as well. As that's starting to hurt them as well. Gamble's put up probably about 60, 70 yards on the ground. Able to roll out of the pocket here and there and make a play throwing the ball still. And here it is, a close game with Hawkins on the trap looking pretty good. That better not be a gain of 9. I was about to say, dude. We didn't want to go backwards. He just kind of pulled us that way. Stretch play. The left side actually looks okay. Obviously, we don't have the tight end there, and Tutu Atwell is going to be a tough one. But Tutu Atwell. Obviously, he kind of loses the block a little bit there. But going up against a linebacker, I'm not sure if maybe the linebacker just wanted to manipulate him and just not worry about actually having a block. And, of course, this is where we're going to be utilizing the success on the ground to maybe hit Sky more. And I really don't trust it. I'm just going to run. Wow, that is a really good chase down by number 18, who did intercept us earlier today. That was a really good chase down. I mean, he was literally on us. With that much open space, we only gained 2. Of course, up the middle, Hawkins going to get a couple of blocks, maybe 5. 9 for 55. Once again, trying to up those numbers a little bit. Not just to do it, but also just to have a better chance at winning. Of course, Woodley, maybe follow his blocks. And there's no block on 99, which is really bad. And our guard is injured. Having an okay season. Kind of a bit of an L for him to get hurt here. But 3rd and 3. Looking to probably just run the damn ball again. And there's nobody on the inside. Look, Hawkins over 10 again. 15 on the play. Doubled the yardage here. Double the snaps for running. And it's only the 3rd quarter from the first half, and of course, nobody blocked 34, but I thought we could maybe slip through. They did a pretty good job, and uh-oh, did we actually just bring Long back in? That is not what I was looking to do. 2nd and 9, trap play again, and kind of blocked, kind of not. I was about to say, sooner or later, they're going to pick up on that trap play. Ferguson, he's been pretty good on route running today. This is not a bad play design. And Ferguson, got to win that. And he drops it. Simmons a big guy, he's strong. We got to go for the field goal. I thought it was a little bit closer than that. Now realizing that it was not 4th and 2, 4th and 3, I'm glad that we did take that little shot. Kind of wanted to look back at that play, see if I missed anyone. It kind of seemed like they were going to have a free rusher there, though. Felt like somebody was running in free, maybe not, but I thought pre-snap or right at the snap, Ferguson had the out, but I couldn't trust it enough, and right off the snap, Woodley was burning. Simmons made a pretty good job to, did a good job to recover. We missed hard there. Only to the 20 anyways, but did a pretty damn good job to recover. The running back got picked up. Don't know if there was really anyone else open. I think it was either Ferguson on that out or Woodley, and obviously we know what happened with Woodley. Regardless, though, we're going to have a little bit of a lead here, finally. Good SWAT attempt, and this one has got to be, swatted. No point in going for the pick when literally you can't catch the ball. It's out of bounds regardless. Carmichael picking up for Tyndall. Looking okay doing it as well. And Porter, we just sold hard, dude. We got caught up. And I will say, Henry might have forced it to be a 3rd and inches. No, he didn't. I really thought he had that, but guess not. Regardless, Stearns going against the tight end. We really, like I said, sold with Porter, though. Good job by Ekeler, and we met him there with Carmichael. A really good job as Carmichael's not there. He actually probably breaks that free for some yards. It's a hell of a job to just realize you're not tackled and keep spinning out, keep trying something new. Porter on the blitz. If we see the lane, it wasn't there. Oh, wow, there's nobody out there. And Booker's going to keep him short, 3rd and inches, I think. 3 wide receivers, but this is looking like an absolute run call. If they go with the fullback, we are done for. Sharp on the blitz, and Cox! He stopped him! 4th and inches from the 40. Absolutely not. You are not going to trick me on a fake here. Anderson could be a direct snap to this running back. It's not. I will say Stokes got destroyed. Come on, ball. That was not a good play. You just don't know if he's in a backspin or not. If you have a chance to return the ball, you have to take it, no matter what. I think no matter what, you have to take it because you just don't know where the ball is going to bounce. You're going to look like an idiot if it bounces inside the 5. Whereas, we look like an idiot in general. He should have went to the right there. Damn it. Gotta say, though, for Long's case here, coming back a little early, kind of working for him. I'll just be honest. Not looking too bad. And we'll take him. Overthrows. I don't know if you thought it was Woodley or what's the story there, but that did not look good. 3rd and 6. Short side is the right side, so this could be okay. I don't like the run, though, so I'm kind of hoping they leave Tutu Atwell. They do not, so we're going to have to hand this off. And Hawkins maybe should have just used the speed to get the outside, and instead, not the best of drives, going to be a punt. Back-to-back punts for the teams that have been kind of scoring at will. Weird how the game works. You just never know what's going to happen, so punt. Pretty good one, but still going to set them up nicely at the 40 on the nose, where they actually punted it last drive. That's why even when it's inches, sometimes punting's not the worst thing. We're going to come with the press. Porter getting locked up. Stearns, no! Good job by Porter, but a first down nonetheless. Stearns, man, he's been, last year, one of our best tacklers. This season, not so much. Hit sticks, regular tackle, whatever it may be, he misses frequently these days. This time, maybe got a little bit of help from Cox, but he's able to bring him down one-on-one for the most part. Porter, the big man, kind of covering the tight end on the outside here. Stepping up, though, and getting stiff-armed. Good job by Sharp coming up there, but really, stiff-armed from him. Like, don't get me wrong, last week, Hawkins thought he was freaking, Mike Allstott trucking everybody, but, could you not? You're not King Henry. Oh, Lord, that is tough in fairness. Nice hit by Stearns. That's a big man running down there. Nearing the 4th. The Cardinals looking pretty good here. I'm just going to be honest. Looking pretty good to at least tie this one up. Slant. He's in some trouble, and Burns is going to bring him down for kind of a coverage sack. Of course, he did break off free. It's just it did take a long time to develop that play in general. 2nd and 14 be really nice to limit them to under 6 on this play. Oh, that's a really good play. Looked like Stearns is going to knock the ball out there. Couldn't quite, though. Higbee gets it to the 23. Don't know if they're going to hike this off in time, but 3rd and 3 nonetheless. Got to expect it. And they will. Read option. Wow. Ekeler was fighting, but once again, too many bodies. Carmichael and Sharp, guys with not a whole lot of experience, coming up big on that stop. 4th and 2. I mean, if it's 4th and inches, maybe debated, but 4th and 2, I think to tie up the game, you got to do it. If you're them, and they will. And they will kick it up the middle. All tied up 31. Once again, halftime was what? 28 all? And yet, here it is, 31 all, start of the 4th. So, 3rd quarter definitely not replicating anything in the first half. I'll tell you what, only 3 from both teams. But this is a pretty short kick. And maybe we should have just kept it all the way to the left. Thought maybe there was a little bit of an opening in the middle, though. And number 16 has been really good for them in special teams. Zone weak. I don't really like this. Once again, they kind of look like they don't have enough blockers on this side. And they don't. We're going to get some blocks, gain about 6 almost. A little bit more speed, and we would have just barely outran everyone for a chance at a touchdown. And I don't know what to run here because they're kind of... I'll just run it. It's 2nd and 4. It's not really that much of a risk. And not going to gain anything. We went outside. Thought it was a good idea. I mean, there was an opening, but it wasn't great. 5 wide, 3rd and 4. Not really looking great in the 5 wide, going to be honest, but Hawkins could be my quick look. And there goes Hawkins. There you go, buddy. Look at the moves. Putting Murphy on skates to the 46. 50% completion percentage, but once again, even though there's some mistakes, there's been some big-time throws as well, so... Got to give credit where credit is due, even if the numbers don't look great. And wow, I'll give you no credit in the offensive line. I will say it was a blitz. Did they have more than 11 players on the field here? God damn it. So we have The center kind of not doing a whole lot here. The running back, I get it's a play action. You kind of had no choice, but man, that's good coverage as well, dude. I don't understand. I really don't understand how they did that. That is like the most disciplined blitz I've ever seen in my life. That's absolutely absurd. Oh, that's a good job by that guy. Thought he was going to follow the inside, man. We gained like 3 on that. This is really good. This is the score. You know, this is the play that we threw a pick on, but Ferguson was open. And he's open again. Of course, he doesn't hold on to it. Really good job by the corner/safety to bait that out a little bit. Simmons was a little bit too close for me to throw that inside, and they did kind of bait it, but at the same time, when we need a 4th and 17, I'm willing to take that shot anyways, so maybe not worth the bait, but I suppose whatever gets us the punt, and it worked to the 9. 7 minutes left. The Cardinals giving us an effort. Don't like it. I don't like it. You never know what kind of read option play is going to come up here. Porter just getting locked up all season long so far in the run. Drake Jackson getting punched, but never giving up. Still brings him down. Gain of about 6. Once again, Porter, though, with the size he's had, he's been manhandled this year. I ain't going to lie. Ooh, that's a really good move, but thankfully for the safety help, Porter in pursuit. Not a great angle, but got him. 3rd and 1. It's doable. Of course, they do lose a lineman, I believe, as well. Don't want to run commit, but man, I feel like you almost have to if you want a chance, and thankfully we didn't. Tight end's open, but more importantly, Debo's open wide. We ran the press, the man press blitz. Couldn't get there, though. Bad coverage, bad blitzing. Whole lot of bad everything. I'm going to change this to man coverage because we're just not ready. And there goes Henry. There you go. The rookie showing up. Finally. Going to change it up a little bit. Got the edge rush, if you will, with the blitz from Wade. Wade getting a free rush. Forcing a little bit of pressure, but nobody's there. He's going to be short, but come on, guys. It's a 4-man rush. Oh, my dude. Sharp, and we miss, but Burns will stop him. This is a decision. 4th and 1. I mean, you really don't have much of a chance to return this anyways, do you? I think we're going to pull Sharp off just in case it's a fake. And they won't fake it. They didn't fake it earlier. They don't fake it here. And are you serious, Nwang? Please. Is that a legal block in the back? Nice. Ah, we're at the 4 because it occurred way back there. Sweet. Could be a nice run, though, if the fullback gets out there. He does not get out there, by the way. Oh, my. The fullback did not even come close. That is a slow individual. Time for Mr. Gibbs to bail us out, potentially. 2nd and 10 from the 4. The blockers are actual morons. We gained 1.5 yards. We could have had way more. Where are they going? Look. At least 73's trying to get out there. Oh, my God. I get that these guys are morons, right? But, oh, my God. Please. From the 5. Ferguson. Huge play, actually. Trying to make a crazier play to the 36, and now their D-end is injured. A gain of 30 from our own 6-yard line. That's big. That's huge. That's what she said. Not for me, though, of course. We have the right bumper. I get it. I should have taken Ferg. Overthinking a little bit too much. Getting a little scared, to be honest. It's 1st down, and I just don't want to throw a pick. If I throw a pick on 3rd, fair enough. 1st down pick would destroy me. Under pressure, going to just take the quick throw and outrunning the old man DeMario for the 1st down. Not bad. Inside zone, we're getting close to field goal range. Got a really good kicker, too. And we get a huge lane up the middle. Hawkins gaining about 7. Now our left guard is injured. A lot of injuries, both sides in this one. Kind of becoming one of those games where, do you really win if you win? Does anyone really win at all? Oh, what blocks are these? Perfect. Sky Moore! 48-yard touchdown on perfect blocks from Sky Moore. Oh, my. Huge. Dislocated knee. Dislocations happening left and right. We've seen bad blocking today. Absolutely. But, oh, my. Have we seen some good blocking on that play? I'll tell you what. Look at Drake Jackson getting excited. Can't get out there. Nobody on the contain, and Porter almost just ended Chenault's career, dude. A shot to the knee area like that from a guy his size at the point of turning around, that is huge. It's a massive hit. 2-minute warning. Atlanta, Arizona with a chance to tie it. To the outside, and a good tackle by Stearns, but still caught by Curtis Samuel, who had a huge play earlier. Kind of disappeared ever since. And we're going to miss the chase down. Good tackle attempt, but still going to be a first down. They're moving a little bit here. Do the deep hook, I imagine. And Burns with another sack. I think Arizona might want to debate calling a timeout instead of just hurrying up, but we'll see. Maybe it works out for him. And a little dump off underneath as Burns is about to come away with potentially another sack. 3rd and 16 from the 47. They finally use that timeout. Obviously, get a new set of personnel out there. That's not even our coverage, Stokes. Stokes. Good D. Nice. Perfect coverage from Stokes, but got to say, if we didn't cover that tight end, Higbee kind of peeled out open. I think Stearns kind of sold there. Which, speaking of, bumped on the line. Stearns! Booker in perfect coverage! Picked! Chance to return it, not that he needs to. And wow, we actually got caught there. I'm a little surprised. Maybe he ran out of juice. And we're going to hold on for the victory. Trey Lance just said, F it, dude. Ain't nobody getting open. I'm just chucking this thing. Gotta respect him for doing it back-to-back plays. And he had a chance. They had a chance both plays, but Booker, Stokes, both very fast corners in perfect coverage. And we end up with the interception. I don't know if I would quite say... Why are we running the ball? The game suggested a run. Nice. I don't know if I would quite say Booker made up for last week, but, I mean, he definitely made a nice play this week, I suppose. Did a pretty good job covering for the most part. Deebo's a tough guy to cover. We put him in a lot of tough spots, without a doubt. 38-31. Once again, Gamble feeling it, but not really the best performance for him. 2 interceptions, not his fault, but 1 absolutely his fault. It's not like it was the most blatant miss ever. It's a really insane read to make, but the throw was off. You know, it's a crazy one to see, but the throw should still be there regardless. Like, you don't get credit for finding the read, you know, especially after missing a bunch. Of course, we pressured them a lot, and I do credit that to Brian Burns and, you know, some of the corners getting a good press off and making it tough on those guys to get open. Obviously, Deebo had a nice time of it in the slants, but we were doing a good job with slants, which is tough to cover. So, got to give it to the team to only allow 3 points in the second half after giving up kind of 28 in the first half. We obviously had some short fields, maybe even a straight-up pick six. I don't think there was, but obviously, let's take a look at the numbers. Mr. Gamble, 15 for 29, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not a great passer rating. Same for Trey Lance. Very similar performances, a little more accurate from him, but asked to do a little bit less because Ekeler was, the yards aren't crazy, the yards per carry aren't crazy, but, he was making plays, dude. He was extending plays and, making stuff happen out of nothing. Of course, Gamble and Lance, very similar rushing numbers as well. Hawkins, though, huge run because of Sky Moore. Had a pretty good game running regardless without it. Still would have been very close to 100 yards. We would obviously forced our way to that 100 if we needed it. Ferguson, though, the number 1 wide receiver, showing why he's the number 1. 6 for 142 with a touchdown. Could have had even more if we would have seen him earlier, but missed out. Sky Moore, only 3 for 22, but once again, a huge 48-yard rushing touchdown caused by him blocking 2 guys in the second level. Tutu Atwell, 65 with a touchdown. Huge touchdown, by the way. Woodley, 2 for 13 with a touchdown. And that was pretty much that. Defensively, Burns, a lot of pressure. Came up with 2 sacks anyways. 1 for Henry, 1 for Jordan Davis, 1 for Drake Jackson. The entire line feasted. Trey Flowers kind of had a free rush and got himself a sack. Whitting with 2 interceptions. Sold multiple times, but he ended up being in the right place at the right time on a couple of hits while throwing situations. That bad throw to Sky Moore when he was wide open. Tariq Woolen with a pick 6. Booker with that game-sealing interception. Mario Davis also coming away with an interception. And those were the numbers. 4-0, and maybe not the prettiest game for Gamble, but everyone else was pretty good across the board. All right, Tariq Woolen with an upgrade. Playing himself, playing pretty well. We're going to keep going with slot just because, Once again, he needs man and zone. Slot gives you great chance at good man and sometimes decent zone. Jumping. I'm sure he needs more jumping. 80 man coverage now. Stearns. I really think his problem, tackling does suck, but play rec, I would love to see that go up. Is there a way to go play rec and tackling? So, okay, there we go. Tackling and play rec. See what we get. 5 upgrade points in general. +3 to man coverage. 2 to hit power. 1 to tackle, 1 to pursuit, 1 to awareness. Hit power now up to 71. I wonder if that changes anything, but interesting. Interesting. Of course, 2 new injuries, which appears to be long-term. 5 on a dislocated hip. Grandmas matter. And then Jonah Jackson on a dislocated knee. I can see that a little bit. I guess I can see both. Both are very, like, you can't really get away with that. You get away with like a shoulder or an elbow, perhaps, but these things affect your running, and no matter what, every NFL player needs their legs. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But I suppose Carmichael did a good job at middle linebacker. I think Porter will probably actually take that spot, though, next week. Still really iffy on him, but I like the effort. It's just a lot of boneheaded mistakes and missing of plays. But regardless, we find ourselves at 4-0, facing off against the Baltimore Ravens. And we did limit Debo to like 70 yards, it seems. So, I mean, it's less than his average. It's something to be noted, I guess. Of course, Week 5, the Baltimore Ravens, we're 4-0. We do see the Cowboys are going to be 3-1, with the Eagles at 2-2, and same with Washington. Dallas also coming up very soon, so could be a game that decides the lead of the division at that point. But regardless, hopefully you guys enjoyed, as it's yet another very close, very entertaining game in our Nighthawks franchise. If you guys did enjoy, maybe, like I said, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate your continued support a ton. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, Pkr Plays, non-Madden stuff. Been trying to upload more. I'm going to start, I think, recording more series. I do want to finish Far Cry. I don't think I finished it, either of the Far Cries I've uploaded, but this one is a little bit closer to being done, I think. If not, I'll probably just start something like, Last of Us 2 or something a little bit more entertaining. Even though I like Far Cry, it's just, I don't know, somewhere along the line, I just miss the plot. I lose it. I don't know. I'm just like, I can't be bothered. But regardless, enough of that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya.